Yeah, Marved here, dark cover already, and the paranoia in hand. He'll meet the Al drone and is able to avoid it. Slows Android down, only so slightly, but Marv's able to get the drop on them. It's a bomb buddy kill here for NRG to start things off. 4v4, and with the dark cover so deep on the side, Vans, this is a post plant.
Yeah, I'm expecting that a lot too from NRG. The buddy system between the two duelists seems to pay off for the U control, but the early flank that you saw from Baby Bay already got denied. So NRG are looking in a good spot in this post plant.
EU gets hit pretty hard through mid though, and here goes Zachary just trying to make the way through to U-Haul now. Another flashpoint used, and Corey claims Shanks with the paint shells. Zachary, are you kidding me? Som was not even visible to him there. Looks like a pot shot that I was able to yield him the kill. Now in a 3v2. Daps has showers, but is challenged by Corey, and Raucus cleans up EU. A lot of our teams in North America are starting to adopt that. All the ion sheriffs out. Baby Bay absolutely unhinged. Just hurdles down B long. And a Cloudburst might actually get him out alive. This is mental. He's just going to make it out.
That is crazy, and like I said, the flash and dash this time it surprises NRG, and this is the first time they see it, because the pistol round, everybody was focused towards the short A side, but this is definitely something that NRG could look forward to in the future rounds, in the gun rounds as well.
Shanks here is just going to peer in from Hookah and see if he can find any opportunity. Force someone out into the open with this paint shell, and for the 1 dig, not to be in. I mean, we're looking at Baby Bay. He looks a little sheepish there in the corner with 12 HP, but yeah, he was able to find that kill. Here comes the squeeze a little bit. Som's already fallen down now. Paint shells force Octagon's going to force Android back a little bit. That's going to hurt in the morning, and Faze have this on lock.
It was a flashpoint. I mean, to get the last kill quite easily there. You wasted out the utility too, so when they're going to try to get it into the site for NRG, they won't have that much. Shanks only has 50 HP, but it's still better than having 3 versus NRG's raise.
I mean, that fault line really throws a spanner in the works here for NRG. They still want to work onto the site. Cyber Cage is there, and Flashpoint is going to pay off. Zachary, though, doesn't expect Daps to push so deep through U-Haul now, and EU's going to have the plant. Faze Clan for now, just wait until everybody's in position.
There's still 2 people low on HP, though. Corey, they're on a bonus. It's not too bad. You want to try to get this round, and you'll be super happy, and you'll be accomplished right now if you're able to stop NRG at this point.
Corey tries to push close towards Showers with the blast pack, does not find anything. EU's done a good job of keeping his head down right now, and look, he does have a recon ball if required. Raucus. A little bit of action here in U-Haul. Here comes a defuse attempt. Baby Bay gets rid of Shanks, and Raucus is there. It's a 2v1. Faze have turned it around somehow, and Som is 11 HP. It's not going to be enough. A lot of NRG pings in towards Hookah there. Maybe concerned about an early push from Faze Clan. The knives are out. The smeaging is about to begin. Bomb buddies cross over each other inside Hookah, and the paranoia is from both sides. Shanks is nearsighted. Bomb buddy gives him a tickle. And he's going to go down there to actually the latter half of the paint shells. Not ideal, but Android is able to find one. Just, again, opportunistic play here from Hookah, but here come the knives. Baby Base throwing shapes. And Marv is on the flank here. This is going to be pretty brutal for NRG. Still a 2v2 though. Again, another kill found with just the Sheriffs. NRG cobbling together whatever they can. This could be a flash dash out of Showers here. All right, attempted an early play here, but it looks like the flashpoint was pretty telegraphed, and NRG are able to stay safe.
Yeah, by the time that flash comes out, you haven't really made it around the corner yet, so it allows you to get a good position out of the way, but now you're fearing to try to take over that A side.
Oh, Marv. Okay. The smoke clears. Still, Raucus is able to trade out that kill, and that's what FaZe are doing right now, Vans. They play so aggressively, but there always seems to be a contingency in place.
Yeah, this is where they play the numbers. Get kills, trade, fall back. I really like this right now from FaZe.
Passive hold on the side here for Corey. Dark covers up. Oh dear, there could be problems here. The curtain comes down, and that's the showstopper still. Android going to find Corey as he leaps across the site, and we are in a 2v2.
I was going to
say, have the players in position, but run it back here for Android to get some info. Maybe a bonus kill, but that's less likely.
Yeah, it's pushing them back all the way too, so they're both having to play back towards spawn. The thing is, you don't have any smokes. You have selfish smokes, you have a recon dart that you're winning for, but that allows Baby Bay to sneak into the site.
Som, though, has a feeling, yeah, he'll get a push from this direction. Baby Bay not even scoped in, so that's a fairly elementary pickup for Som. Raucus has a recon bolt here, but again, he's dealing with 2 players facing very different angles into the shadows here. Now, And Som's going to be able to spot out Raw because they know exactly where he is. And
like you said, they have a hard time getting map control right now, especially towards Long. At Long, while this action was happening towards Hookah, paint shells after paint shells, there was even an owl drone towards Long B. So everybody has to condense back, bottle it back into short, where there's, once again, Zachary and the op of Baby Bay.
patience for Baby Bay. He stayed there all round so far, but it doesn't pay off. The shot swings just a little wide. Som and Marv now. I mean, again, Som is nearsighted. He would still be able to see Marv had he pushed into U-Haul there, so Marv just takes his time. Teleporter could be a quick rotation towards B here, and this is good. It's going to be hard for Faze to match this kind of pace.
There might be a 1 versus 1 into the site here, but no, Shanks just went through the portal. The thing is, Corey's still at Octagon. He could backstab some people right now.
They're not ready for advance, and the first head goes rolling. Som is down, and it's a 4v2 situation here. Hunter's Fury going to be used here from the back of the site. EU knows that his goose is cooked. Aldrone now, as Hedwig is released by Raucus. Nothing discovered, and this is NRG trying to starve a little bit of information of their own, but nobody expects Corey to be in the house. That's 2. Oh, and I guess, yeah, I mean, that's brutal now. You're already working with very little in the round, and Som says, okay, well, I might just dark cover this and see if I can find something. And insult to injury is he gets a bit of a tasing for his efforts.
And look at the eagle right now. Baby Bay gets pinged by the dart, and he's like, screw it. I'm just going to sit in there, aim down the site. If anybody wants to peek towards B, I'll just take you down, even if I'm pinged. So they're playing with a lot of confidence. And when you're looking at Corey, this is his second showstopper in like 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So he's building up these kills, and this is making things so difficult for NRG to at least set foot into the sites and even get a spike down.
And here's the thing. Hunter's Fury and Neural Theft have been sat on by NRG for the last few rounds at least. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure Daps is just like, give me a corpse. There's no chance for me to get good value out of it at all. Zachary meets EU here. There's not a lot going on. Marv just used dark cover and showers as well, so Faze still want to control that part of the map, and it's another free kill for Baby Bay early in the round, Vance.
That's it, and that's towards short A, and that's the first time he stands in that position, so NRG never saw that coming. And like you said, Uber, another 15 seconds into the round, another man advantage for Faze.
NRG, they have a little bit to work with here, but how deep into the pockets do they have to dig to get their second round on the board? Right now, you see NRG pull back out of short A. They say, well, I mean, we know Breach often plays this side. We know the operator is also here. Marv has used his second dark cover in showers right now as well. So essentially, he's trying to deny that part of the map from NRG. This is what Faze do. They lean so heavily into one part of the map and kind of force NRG to go the other way. Slow this rotation is occurring. And
they tried to do an owl drone to try to get some information at the beginning because EU put that towards showers, but there's nobody behind it to act upon it. So to try to have Shanks, to try to have Android use those abilities as the attacker is not paying off. But look at this, we've creeped up forward. This is actually going to be good because Daps getting the first point inside the site, the showstopper is going to come in to clear out space.
NRG trying to play ahead of Faze's utility right now by sneaking into B, and it's worked pretty well. No, Shanks! It's a showstopper to stop his show. He comes around the corner.
Oh my
God.
Have
no idea what he'd be walking into. And again, this is Faze finding a way to get value out of these key ultimates. Now, Rolling Thunder completely interrupts. Daps with some heroic work, 2 kills with the rifles. He's been left behind an elbow. The spike is on the side, but there's just no time. The lower that clock ticks, the more pressure gets put on NRG to come up with a way to break through. EU now, Aldrone. Corey gets caught here, so Shanks gets an opening. Takes just a little bit of damage now, but Raucus gets a little bit more nervous about what might be coming. Curveball around the corner, trying to hold from that position. Raucus able to find the 1 kill on Android and get away. This is buying a lot of time. A second kill on top of the container, and now we're in a 3v3.
He's done his job. I mean, they lost Corey early into the round. He's holding in the back of the site, letting his team rotate as fast as they can. The good news is that finally we get a spike down for NRG, and we can finally potentially use a Hunter's Fury for a post plant.
The knives, they are out, and Baby Bay taking his time pushing onto the side now. Fault line there, just thrown over container, and the dash in. Cloudburst also used. Faze very quickly re-established some control of the site here, but they still need to push to the extremities, and Daps is waiting. He gets himself too. The man's been so hungry, and now it's up to Marv to try and make something happen. NRG, it's early action that goes in their favor that ultimately seems to yield them this round. Here's an Aldrone down mid here, and 2 players stacked inside bathroom for Faze. This should get spotted out. This means NRG can go.
And that's a big opening towards Marv. That was Android popping in with Shanks at the same time. The Hunter's Fury take down Zachary, and he's already down. The site is open, and the rotation's already out with a flank coming in from Corey.
Okay, almost a carbon copy of the previous round, just on a different bomb site this time. Finally, there's use for neural theft. Now, Daps has the information about exactly where the remainders of Faze are. And Baby Bay can only really play from heaven here. This is rather sneaky from Raucus, as he's trying to advance his position somewhat. He knows that U-Haul is going to be occupied. There's a player over on the site there, and Som gets revealed, but time is very short here for FaZe Clan. They need to make a move pretty darn quickly, and Daps has a beautiful swing connection on Baby Bay. Corey picks up the operator, but there's not much to do now on his own, and he knows that, yeah, he's about done. Maybe he can pin some people in place to be taken down by the spike ultimately, but no exit possible.
We saw a showstopper on one round. A round after, it's a Hunter's Fury. This time, potentially, a run it back.
What is... I mean, Baby Bay, again, the audacity on this man. Android just gets his head lopped off. Some obviously teleporting into a pretty nasty position here at elbow, but reveals himself rather early. Again, NRG are shorthanded in a huge way. That momentum, yeah, that ship is well and truly sailed. Okay, a lot being invested. Even a curveball. Look at how much focus is on Showers, and no one from FaZe is there.
Yeah, it's going to be so passive for FaZe right now. They have so many flashpoints at the same time, and to get nothing out of that Hunter's Fury, they just know there's one player at you, and that's it.
Yeah, a bit of damage on the Baby Bay there, Marv. Excuse me, Marv!
God.
Straight through the teleporter and straight to safety. He goes low. Zachary does fall, but Baby Bay sat in the back of the site, ready to receive an Android. All on his lonesome, and there's the information. Marv sees everything he had to, and maybe a little bit that he didn't want to.
And that's it. They saw one guy towards you, but I didn't know there was three.
Android now is... I mean, he's trudging into U-Haul. This is not a sprightly walk by any stretch. He knows that there is a almost insurmountable task ahead of him. 37 seconds left in the round. Either NRG have no time left in the round or plenty of time and not enough players. It's one or the other for them. They just want their cake and eat it too. Android, he's done with the diet. And Corey's going to wait around the corner here. He will be able to get him, but that is it. And FaZe, they starve NRG the entirety of that first half. Vancilli, NRG have a chance then to move to defense, but FaZe looks like they're bearing their fangs and ready to roll. We'll see the second half of Bind on the other side of these messages. Previously, FaZe Clan would just run into this site, but let's see how much information they can gain or if they can actually be tipped off to how heavily B is currently stacked. So the breach utility gets used towards elbow, and actually a lot of damage on EU here. He is super low, and Baby Bay avoids a shock dart.
Yeah, exactly. That's already one utility taken away here for NRG. So that dwindles down to defense onto the B site. But again, the thing they don't know is that it's 4 players. You did see the orb get picked up by Breach, though, so that means they might focus on Zachary farming these orbs so they could get some entries with the Rolling Thunder.
Another recon bolt, and the rotation. Now, we don't know what Corey knows too much from A short. Baby Bay's probably trying to sell a fake here, and this might work. You see NRG getting a little tentative here towards Hookah. They peek that and they realize, no, we still need to be at B.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, and they hear a second teleporter, they hold a third teleporter. Now they know it's heading towards A. What a big brain play for FaZe to just pull out the rotation one more time.
Yeah, okay, so NRG now, again, it's tough for them to match the pace here. It's a slower rotate from B to A than from A to B, but FaZe will still be able to get to the site. 4 players here into the post plant. Som is in the most front and center position. He's able to receive Marved, but the response is quick as Baby Bay snapped his head off. Oh my, this is going to go one way very quickly. Shanks is able to get rid of Corey inside U-Haul. The frenzy rings out. It's a 3v2 in the post plant, and Baby Bay nicely set up by Zachary. I mean, this is what people have been asking for, to see FaZe start to use those abilities to set one another up. And again, the stack B and put A in a retake scenario here.
This is normal too. You're on an eco, you're trying to surprise some people on stacks. You'll get the information of the camera if you can, if the hit's coming in towards the A site later on. And when I said it was big brain, it was still the same strategy for NRG. They're okay to keep Daps by himself towards A heaven with that camera. But looking forward, looking into these gun rounds, they need to act a little bit more on information, and they don't really do it so far, at least from the first 2 rounds that we've seen.
I mean, the further off the site you play, I guess the harder it is to read what your opponents are doing. You know, even if you have a Cypher cam inside Showers, sometimes like you just don't know what's happening on the extremities of the map.
Agreed.
Shanks is in a position here. Oh, he's walked past Corey. And now, I mean, he has to go through from Showers. Now, FaZe thinks that Showers is clear, but it is a 5v2, Vancilli. Yeah. This is a Herculean task.
You're just trying to... Never mind.
Again, this is just the little strafe shoulder peek here. expecting Faze, as they often do, like to take an early duel or something like that, but they actually keep their presence secret as they move up towards Octagon.
So this is what I'm telling you about. Leave maybe one player towards that A site once things calm down. Stack up towards that B side. You play the retake with the Cypher on the other side of the site. But the thing is, they're playing retake on B site very passively too, because they're just letting Faze into the site. So you're giving a lot of map control for Faze. They're just capitalizing on it.
Wow, I mean, EU's able to find Zachary through the smoke there. Those are the kind of things you can't really account for. But yeah, NRG put themselves automatically in a retake position. They stacked 2 players towards elbow and it got smoked. I mean, what do? You have to wait. But patience seems to be paying its own kind of dividend for NRG right now. Post-plant is here. Corey is unhinged, apparently. He just walked straight into that. A bunch of NRG players ready to tear him to pieces. And now Raucus is left with what remains, which is not much at all. NRG, a must-win round. They do take it. Notice there's no real presence towards A short right now. NRG want that early showers control. They get it, and they get a kill as well. That is definitely Marv being punished.
That's a big kill too, because that smoke's already down for Faze. It's going to make the execution a little bit harder, and the flash and dash eventually may not happen either, because they're spread out across the map.
Zachary's considering pushing a smoke on the shower side of the map, but elsewhere, Corey is going to be spotted by this camera, and see that?
Yeah.
Curveball is being readied. A double swing on a Corey if he's not careful. I mean, also the paranoia. This is quite a squeeze on him, and they will get rid of him. NRG now starting to figure out some of the rhythm and the rhyme to Faze's movements.
Yeah, and that's telegraph energy right there. Just having a camera, getting control towards Hookah. Even if it's just for 1 kill, you'll see Som come through that teleporter, throw that paranoia, and if they don't get kills, he actually teleports across into Hookah into safety. So expect that for NRG if they survive the future rounds of this map.
Suffice it to say, Vancilli, that much of Faze's sort of nest egg has dwindled.
Yep.
Having to buy guns into a couple of consecutive losing rounds here, and NRG would absolutely love to compound the issue, but 30 seconds remaining. You see the NRG play a little bit further forward, right? They play into Hookah there. They have a camera set fairly far forward. It's that early peek on towards showers that really gets them rolling in this round. Speaking of the latter, Zachary will have a chance for that ultimate in the upcoming execute, but right now it stays in his back pocket as he tries to stay alive.
Correct. Even if he stays alive here, the money should be low for Faze, and he's going to get 1, but his position's given away. Now flash to flash, and he's going to get that 1 too. Actually, that's not too bad. Now chase from behind. Is that going to work? Oh my god.
That boy cold!
Just to give an orb here for Baby Bay, and maybe even showstopper into the site, and yeah, there you go. They rush into this showers. Wow.
That was a fault line setup. That wasn't even the Rolling Thunder, and both NRG players get punished for trying to aggressively take control of showers. It's all going wrong for NRG. It's a 3v5 now, but Baby Bay's got the knives out. You know he's ready to throw.
Oh my god.
Just walked straight into it. He's already got himself in such a far forward position now. Android's able to deal with that threat, but Faze have 4 up against 1 with 3 ultimates, and Android says he blinked and his team was just gone. Vaporized.
Even EU rotated with his knife out. They did not expect how close Baby Bay was going to be into that one. And there you go. Android falling. Not one single variation caught them unaware. And now it's looking good here for NRG at least. But you do have an ult from... Okay, he's gone. Things are safe now.
I like it. You gave yourself some excitement for just a moment there. But NRG, they're back in the driver's seat here, Vancilli. And with plenty of those ultimates to work with, showstopper. Yep, that'll put Raucus to bed. That one was sent FedEx.
Confirm those kills. You're good.
Yeah, he will slink away. That's true, actually. Yeah, it gives it the full length of the fault line instead of just a small section of it. Som backs up. Paranoia does connect. Cloudburst, though, is going to keep Faze safe as utility comes back in the direction of NRG. And Baby Bay's with a paranoia here, but now he's ready to push. He's run out of patience, Vancilli. He smells blood. And here comes the Rolling Thunder. That is a huge connection as well. All of NRG are stuck inside vents right now, huddling together for some warmth. And Baby Bay wants to try and press the advantage, but Shanks is there with the operator. Som, from the shadows now, gets himself in a backstab position, but the spike is heading to B, and Corey has paved the way for Faze.
Yeah, that was NRG using their ultimate a little bit too early. Android using it proactively instead of reactively on a Rolling Thunder. It was fully canceled from Smoke's paranoia. He couldn't get any information out of it whatsoever, and a Rolling Thunder allowed them to get into B.
This timing. I mean, don't go through the teleporter, please. Zachary, he is waiting Som gets onto the site and is actually able to smoke off 2 of the Faze players here. So this is actually pretty efficient use of utility. Zachary, no! I don't know what happened there, but he was supposed to be ready for that push. Shanks goes down to the shock dart though, and now we have a 2v2. Hunter's Fury, yep, it gets popped by Raucus now. He's going to prevent this defuse if he can. But Corey goes down, and Raucus is vulnerable. He can't get out of this animation. He needs to fire off the bolts. Som is defusing, and Raucus can't stop it. Once again, the fault line from A short there means that really impossible for Som to avoid that at all. Still, no one's there to capitalize. Faze have a really underpowered arsenal in this particular round, so they're really hoping for that early round utility to give them free kills. It's not the case as Raucus has already gone by the wayside. Excuse me, Corey.
Okay. So with that now, Zachary and the rest, I mean, with them following that early, they're going to have to try to go for this flash and dash into the B side for Faze, see if they could actually get into a plant. But NRG is looking in a much greater spot here. And you know what? If I see a 12-9, I'll be happy. I'll count for the comeback, but this is still a very hard battle here for NRG.
Android from a comfortable little corner here on the side. He and Shanks can really crossfire this nicely. And bit of aggression from EU as he just pushes straight out of elbow and tries to nip this in the bud as early as possible. Marved in the teleporter with the candlestick. There's a game of Clue for you. It's going to be Shanks with 4 kills. Corey doesn't get what he was looking for, which would have been an early foray out of Hookah. And now he's on backstab duty. Aldrone, I don't think it sees Marved. Probably only Baby Bay there.
Yeah, I think that's why Baby Bay actually ran into the Octagon. And with that could be already a big pelt.
Well, I think, yeah, the Aftershock is a pretty big giveaway. The breach is close to the site, which means that Faze may want to try and execute here. I mean, 2 curveballs for the price of 1. Android sends him around the corner, but it might not be enough here. Are you kidding? Som now has to get to the B side. Android and EU just get rolled. And Corey finally makes his way with perfect timing through Hookah and catches the player unaware. Som cleans up Marv, though. That is quite nice. 2v2 in the post plant here, and Daps is trying to wrap around, but Som, he has other ideas. Looking to take things into his own hands right now, and Raucus once again has to try and win the game for Faze. It's a tickle on the side. He gets the spray down. 3 bullets. It's not enough. He has to reload. He wasn't ready. Daps will punish him for that oversight. And NRG stay alive in the game. Yes. Do Faze have the guts to pull off a bit of a force by map win here? Aldrone goes in and it soaks up the tripwire, and this is about to get nasty, Baby Bay. Hey, across the side. Okay, traded instantly though. Looked like there could have been something there. Hunter's Fury also being used, and that's the second kill. Daps is down. Remember, Faze don't have much with guns, but a Phantom was able to be picked up by Corey. Marved is low, but finds Som's head, and this isn't how it was supposed to go for NRG at all. They were just starting to find their stride, and Faze, they take the spanner, slam it into the works, and now they're in a 4v2. From the shadows he's used, Marv gets some information about exactly what's happening on the A site, but Faze look like they're here to stay. No attempt at rotating. EU sends the spike loose, but Zachary, he trades, and now it is Android with it all to do, and the spike is off to B.
Oh. And that's it.
That won't be enough. Unbelievable stuff. Faze clan.
This is going to be super aggressive here. So they go with the recon dart, and then they're probably going to flash into the site. So get ready here, Daps. Can you hold him back?
I mean, Daps didn't even bother there. You see, I think he was maybe just sitting in camera and knew there was no point peeking. He gets no information, and Faze already all over this site like moss on a rock here. Let's see what the flank can do, but Zachary's ready for it.
Yeah, he got the dink, but it's through the wall. Thankfully, it's just a classic, so it doesn't hurt Shanks that much. But they know that the flank is coming, so this is a great pulse plan for Faze.
Flashpoint pushes out Zachary, close range, gets rid of Shanks, and now the 4v3. From the extremities, NRG are trying to filter their way in. They managed to get themselves on the site here, and Marv needs to be careful. Flash will go up to try and facilitate some sort of defuse, and the paranoia renders Corey blind. That's a half defuse. Someone's got to stop.
Oh my God.
They've got to get involved. But Faze, they let it happen under their nose.
Yeah, I feel that this matchup is going to be the Shanks versus Baby Bay towards A side if it continues this way. And to get Zachary already in this corner could allow for him to get a fault line for these guys to get out towards long on the split.
Ooh, he kind of gives away his position though, and then he has to use a tailwind to get away as Baby Bay chooses to pinch the site at just that moment. Cyber Cage goes up here, and once again NRG say, okay, look, our arsenal is more impressive. We can leave a post plant going here. Shock dart thrown in. Android just wants to walk up on the side and make something happen here, but he's traded. This could be messy here. Daps and EU though get involved. Lose a couple of guns, but Nothing to write home about here is NRG once more. They say, okay, we'll bend like a sapling in the breeze kind of thing, right? But as soon as it's time for us to get back on the site, we'll be there with a snap.
This is what I'm saying. But why is because you have a camera on C side. So they're okay to play this retake. You leave one person half anchoring inside the site. Everybody else is stacking 4 players at the A side. And now the camera gets enough information. Here comes the 5-man retake from NRG based off EU's utility to get all that information again.
Here's the awkward part, though. Faze are going to be mostly stuck in C long when it comes to interrupting this defuse. Unless Corey can just hold his ground here on the C side, you can see now the hit is going to come in from back C and from Garage simultaneously. Showstopper, nothing found for it. Nice use of the tailwind there. That was beautiful. I mean, Shanks is able to get ahead of Corey in that regard, but it's a 1-for-1. Corey stands his ground, but eventually gets brought down through the box. And here's what many Faze fans might have been fearing. They're stuck in long. Looks like that hot hand didn't quite land where it was supposed to, but Baby Bay, Cyber Cage, undeterred.
Wow.
I mean, quite simply, Baby Bay getting in the garage there just completely undoes NRG. Yep. Baby Bay, okay, no good. Daps is with the frenzy, fair enough. He's looking for a gun. Instead, he'll take the corpse itself. It will be a neural theft. So information now flowing into the brain boxes of NRG, and they know exactly where Faze are. In terms of the weaponry, NRG able to recover something. Daps is not crossed yet, so he doesn't get the gun he's looking for right now, and Raucus sends the Owl drone in, which is removed by Shanks. 5 HP on Shanks.
Yeah, and that forces them back. That's going to weaken things up, but the thing is they're also on the lower buy for NRG. They wanted to try to go for a surprise towards that sewers. It worked out. Yes, Shanks is on low HP, but you're still quite happy for NRG to get that first man advantage.
Android will play the right corner here, and all right, so Android, you're playing in a position that will be obscured by the one-way on the boxes, but not by the smoke that's just thrown in towards A-Link. Android heavily flashed. Ooh. Okay, that is a beautiful shock dart to interrupt the plant. Android, Blaze wall goes up. He'll settle for that now as the rest of NRG gets settled behind the curtain to fend off Faze once more. It's a 3v5.
Yeah, I actually see guns for the rest of the guys towards B, so they did go for a force instead. My apologies for that, and it worked out perfectly on shock darts. Without having contact, you drop the spike at 30 seconds remaining, you put the blaze wall up because you have that man advantage, make that 3-man advantage. You're looking good here.
I like this from NRG, right? They're going to give a little bit of space here, knowing that they have the spike under their control. And now Faze face a difficult decision. Do we potentially lose these guns to try and incur further economical damage? Or do we run away? Looks like it's the former. A very classic Faze decision to make. And, well, eggs on their face for that one. I mean, Faze don't win random 50 rounds in that second half on buy, and things could look extremely different. That is a high-value Hunter's Fury. Faze are battered and bruised after that one. Martin Zachary's seen better days, but they don't have time to get to urgent care. They need to work on C. Then Baby Bay litters the way with his own corpse.
I mean, at this point, you're at least getting a plan is you're happy with that. The rest of them, they got hit by a pulse. 15 HP for Marv. It looks like 25 here for Zachary. They're flashing to push through, but there's a perfect crossfire from NRG as they expected this push from spawn.
2 left. Raucus trying to stand up on side. Zachary's there for 1, but he's down, and all that game stock just comes rattling out of his pockets as he was the only one on the side. Faze, it was a speculative attempt there at C. Android doesn't know that he's walking into a big group hug here.
Huge.
Oh, look, trade. Zachary, okay, he's able to peek out finally. He was at risk of also falling to Shanks there. That attempt at a trade for Zachary could have been a 0 for 2.
That's exactly it, and now the Rolling Thunder, he has to dash away. That's speaking of Shanks. So they're going to try to come in through this, and Marv from the shadows gets the entry.
Yeah, he almost missed out on that though. He was full flash as he came out of heaven. Correct. Great foresight there. I think it was from Android to keep him flashed up. Som, though, is hit with a fault line here. Can't quite see what's happening on the site. He's got to be dealt with Zachary. There it is. Faze, come up with the goods. It's not only in between rounds they change the pace up, but inside rounds as well. It's a slow start, and Som is sharp as attack.
Okay, you like that. I mean, like I said, you expect this type of lurk coming in from Marv at long C. Shanks knows that as well. So where does he put that smoke? It wasn't as deep as you wanted it to, so the high ground advantage came into the favor of Shanks to be, from Soms to be able to get that kill.
You say what you like, but that was a grade A prime shisha just straight around the corner, ripping his head off there. I mean, there's nothing. You sit back in your chair there and you wait for your chance at another shot at glory. Glory seems to I have a hunch about Dapper's position here, but there's a double face set up for him if he would be reckless enough to push into B. If he can keep Android in A-Link for as long as possible, that really facilitates this C push.
Well, the flash and dash to come in. I do like this. Give him the sight here for Faze. When it comes down to play the retake, the thing is Faze have nowhere to hide. because there's not going to be any smokes to cover up that long C.
Look, there's the timing. Daps has such good timing. Able to catch Corey as he tried to make his way towards Garage. And once again, if NRG can keep Faze away from Garage, Faze now have to try and retake from C long and C long alone, which is always risky. It's squeaky bum time when that defuse starts to happen like this. Hot hands, this time it actually gets into Cubby. The Baby Base still able to find a kill on Som. Daps on the wraparound though, and Zachary was not ready for it. Raucus inside the cyber cage. Oh my, that is filth. 1v3 though, and the defuse is underway. Raucus knows that he's about done.
Definitely, and right now we were wondering when we were casting Bind, what is the answer right now for NRG to fight back versus Faze? Now the question is, what can Faze do? Continually right now, this is actually really nice here. The flash and dash, you have the showstopper, so they have support from Corey this time to try to open up towards A, but it's too late. They stay stuck towards that Cubby, they waste out that showstopper, and NRG comes out on top.
Android, white knuckle grip on his mouse there as he heard the showstopper fired a bit further up on A long, and he realizes he gets to stay alive for just a little longer. Nicely done. Again, double pick A long. This is why NRG are controlling. They know. They must have watched Faze and go, okay, we know Faze really likes to just ram as many players down our throats on this part of the map. Now Corey is in a 1v3. A lot to be done with the spike a long way away. Throws a blast pack over towards A just to, you know, imply that maybe he was using it to get up on a box or something similar. So that's all well and good, but he is so far away from the spike, Ben Silly, that he's looking for a volleyball that he can call Wilson. Out at sea, my guy.
He's slowly making it back to shore, though, so he's walking back towards that spike, but the fact that the Owl drone came out towards the A site and didn't see him, and they already had Shanks up towards tower at A heaven for energy, they know that Corey is or saving or flanking. Now he's flanking. It's going to be the jiggle peek from Android first to bait it out, and EU might go for the double swing very soon.
This is starting to look pretty textbook here. Whoa, okay, careful. EU realizes, right, maybe I might prefer to stay alive this round and keep this gun. Pretty well read, actually, is that Marvs and Baby Bear were hoping to make something happen there, and they have been stifled. Okay, all right, Android. I mean, he may not be able to pass the Turing test, but he can sure hit a shot. That was very clean through the smoke.
Yeah, that's 2.
5v4.
You just hate to see it for Faze right now. It's just not working out for them, and when we talked about map control denial, NRG has been doing this tremendously well here on this map of Haven against Faze.
Before I get tweeted, by the way, that's a play on words about robots, not about his intellect. Let's just calm down. Marv is... Oh, okay. He gets spotted by the camera. So Marv has a very creative approach. I mean, Faze really got a long way to try and get to A, but it gets spotted out there. Daps, again, patient as ever. The mastermind at work. There's a Rolling Thunder, which is very unlikely to be used at all. Paranoia is beautiful, and EU swings on that regardless. 2v4 in the post plant, no less. So Zachary really has to try and hold this corner, but no, he's not going to be using that Thunder, and Shanks riddles him with steel.
You were just hoping that Shanks didn't get the dash. If Shanks didn't have that dash, there was maybe a small scenario where Raucus was going to be able to flank on time at the H hook point.
Oh, okay, interesting. Dapper actually... Dap, sorry, getting a little bit aggressive there through Garage. Som had uncanny timing with that dark cover, by the way. That was just when Faze were really hoping to have a gander down C long. And straight away, Daps rotates through here towards C. You'll see the Owl drone momentarily. That bolt gets fired off. Doesn't look like there's a connection, but still the information is gained. Okay, Hunter's Fury. Marv is TPing forward, I think, but he got interrupted during the channel of that one and taken down. Zachary, though, look at this man. Struts up onto the side, finds 2. Another beautiful flashpoint forces Shanks away, but he can't escape from the wrath of Zachary. Here comes a Rolling Thunder against only 2 players. EU's able to find Zachary with the shock dart, but the damage has been done. Where's the plant, though? That needs to happen, and it can't! Faze now having to turn around and make something of this round, and 9 rounds to NRG on the defenses. It is brutal.
Oh, man, and even can't clear out Android right now in this corner. He's still staying alive. He's ran down the clock enough for his teammates to rotate.
All right, couple there for Marv. He got into heaven, but it's a little bit too late in the day.
He's still alive. He's still alive in that corner. They knew exactly where he was at, and somehow they just can't capitalize on that kill because everybody else rotated on time to support him.
Raucus had a better angle there. I mean, yeah, interesting, I guess, the way that he approached that corner. Looks like Shanks wasn't lined up on him, but Raucus has been in this situation far too many times. The unenviable role of being the late rotate to a spike that's already loose on the ground in a 1v3. It's an eye roller for sure. An opportunity to maybe turn himself into legend, but Raucus, yeah, realizes it's a big job, and there is the half. 10 rounds for NRG. This, ladies and gentlemen, make no bones about it, might be a pretty quick map. Let's see after the break if FaZe can make this a little more competitive. Otherwise, it'll be map 3. We'll see you in just a moment. FaZe clan here make pretty minimal foray for information. We do again see that tendency that we hinted at earlier on, is that Marv wants to try and push up a long way in sort of A long. But I think if FaZe sort of have any inkling that they've been read by NRG or they've watched their games, probably need to be a little bit careful of getting trapped like that. So
yeah, and the thing that's different right now for NRG is when they're playing their attack, they also have Daps punting the camera, the trap wires towards long too, and he's usually holding that solo. So if FaZe want to play the same way versus NRG, they have to figure out a way how they want to eliminate Daps as well towards that A spawn.
Unbelievably clean from Daps right there. He has his knife out. Yeah, he has his knife out as he gets to the A side. Raucus playing awfully close there. But still, he sells something.
Yep.
NRG now going to make their way through Garage here, and they smoke the back of C, so they'll have a post plant.
Definitely. I mean, you die as Daps, the only thing that you really lose is a camera and a trap wire. And when you've done your job to sell the fake and a kill to make it a 4 versus 4, you're really happy with that result.
Baby Bay is going to be out in the open once his dark cover dissipates, and he knows it too. He does have a tailwind to get out of trouble. Or just get into more trouble. Yeah, I mean, why did I expect any different? The rest of FaZe have arrived, though, and they're doing pretty well. Corey just gets 2 heads, pops them like cherries, and Shanks is, well, might be quaking in his space, which is a little bit here. So it's a 2v1. FaZe now clearing the site. They don't have a lot of time left, but it's likely that Raucus is the blood object that's thrust down C-Long, but Shanks deals with him. No defuse as of yet. 22 health. Oh, there was a defuse, actually. Shanks wasn't ready. Maybe he couldn't hear it.
Standing ahead.
That is the bare minimum that FaZe had to achieve in this half so far. Oh my, the information game, and now the spectacle are up. It's good. Marv finds 2, eventually traded out, but FaZe not only learned that the bulk of NRG are concentrated towards A, but they have a player advantage, and that is getting exacerbated as we speak.
Yeah, at the same time, you wish it was dark. There's nothing but flashlights going in and blinding your face or trying to rush towards sewers. First the paranoia, now all the flash points from Zachary inside the A site. Oh my god, the shadow step away from Sam, but at least they know where he's at. He gets the that's it.
NRG, okay, we actually have proper weapons in these hands.
Yeah, and sorry, I meant about the utilities for Faze that was good and continues to be good right now on the defense as they're looking back with this paint shells into the site. So they're playing the retake it to B at the same time with a double peek from Baby Bay swinging through.
Shanks is 3 HP from that aftershock, but he seems to have done his job. Corey gets taken down, and this force, it's an aggressive force into the round. Ooh, okay, 3v3, but again, access to C is gained through clearing Garage, and Baby Bay will eventually be able to stab from there. So FaZe potentially Vantilli in a better post-plant scenario now, being able to come from different angles.
You just hope that you're going to be able to shadow step through that trap wire and they don't hear it from C side. That's their detriment right now for NRG because everybody's playing so close into the site that the pinch would be perfect for the defenders.
Okay, well, Marv sends some dark cover there. Okay, so the tripwire's been removed. They know he's coming from there, but look at this. Baby Bay's already gotten to the site. Android seems to be ready, though. Already got that curveball available. Raucus goes down, and now we're in the 2v2. Som meets Baby Bay, and it's the 1v1. What a big round for FaZe and Baby Bay! He has to do it here. The 1v1. Trying to hang on. It's going to be Som, and he'll be waiting for a chance to get out and interrupt this. Baby Bay's running out of time. There's the peek from Som, but you better believe Baby Bay connects. Som's head goes rolling. Baby Bay doubles his kills in that last round. 3 to his name, and an all-important clutch gets him fired back up. This is a very fast C hit though, Vantilli. Shanks has got the 9s at the ready.
1 left.
He thinks about plunging into the... He needs a headshot. No, doesn't get it. He has to back away, and in the meantime, FaZe are making short work of NRG. They're pinching already from C-Long. Another paranoia here from Marv. The dark cover surely won't be up for too much longer. FaZe are happy to allow there to be a post-plant scenario here, but Marv is in danger. Oh, that boy! Not quite as cold as he would have liked to be, but he gets the 1 kill, and that's enough. Now Hunter's Fury definitely going to make Daps' life hard. FaZe are stacking the rounds up one after another. You grab what they need to here. Okay, so from the shadows being used, looks like, oh my god, Som sticks it. He's back of B side right now. He is entrenched rather, behind enemy lines. Let's see if he can make this work. Android uses that runner back, and oh my, Vantilli, the trades are back and forth. The 3v3 now, but the spike has been planted.
Yeah, they're going to try to play this retake. You saw that recon guard to just try to clear out and see if there was going to be anything aggressive towards that B side. First, they get in, and this is looking very good for the pulse plan. Yeah, they're both teams right now are playing with no information right now. They only heard a couple, but there's no body pings yet. But here it comes.
It looks like the jump was there for Shanks. He wasn't hit by the paranoia. He's able to get rid of Marv, but it's traded instantly. Baby with the operator from the back and side. He's trying to get further back, but he won't be allowed to escape. Dabs gets rid of him. Corey comes in with a showstopper there. And he's going to have to wrap around to heaven. Here is the neural theft. Crucial information into the hands of NRG now. Zachary might try and flashpoint Corey from heaven. But energy very well dispersed across the site here. Zachary drops out the window, but it doesn't matter. Daps wasn't ready for it. Corey now, paint show over the top. They don't know where Som is. Trigger discipline. Unbelievable trigger discipline, but it's not enough. Corey's reactions beat him to the punch. Double updraft from Shanks. He actually gets nothing. Sees nothing. You're not ready.
No
They're
way.
not ready for this at all. Oh, Marv sneaks past. He was sat there on the other side of the dark cover, but he wasn't ready. He was still able to recover that, though, now, and a player advantage for NRG. Faze push aggressive. They end up just breaking like waves on rock, and now NRG have a chance to stretch their legs and scale into this A site.
This is just good of their game sense.
Oh, raucous. That's a knife from Shanks. Clean up there. The aftershock was well placed by Zachary, but yeah, a little bit hard to catch anyone from NRG with the little information that he had. Raucous was flashed, so he didn't know where NRG were.
Correct. Now the Aldrome might spot them as they're both hiding inside the smoke. They're trying to get something done. It's the flash and dash and see if it pays off, but it doesn't.
Quick cubby check there from EU. Nothing more than a cursory glance, but he made sure no one was pushed too far up. It's time for the Buckies and Stingers to rear their ugly heads once more. Zachary finds Som, though. It's that Sheriff from back aside. Silly, you already teased that at the start of the game. And this is getting out of control. Zachary finds 3. And EU left shaking his head in dismay. Baby Garage, which is a bit unconventional for him based on where he's gone the last couple of rounds. But NRG say no. We're going to try and take this one back and shut this down quickly. But Baby was ready to receive his opposite number. NRG's jet is down. Baby's boosters are still fired up, though. And everyone on Faze is all over the B site now. NRG may want to reconsider this line of approach.
Oh yeah, and now they're spammed through the dark cover. At least you pulled out rotation, so you have options right now for NRG. But the thing is that they don't have any type of utilities to know where they should go. So they might have to still wait for a recon dart to come out and slowly creep out towards this A side. But as that happens, as they have to wait for this recon dart to come back, well, actually, he has a full kit. He hasn't really used it yet, but this could actually be a good trap right now for NRG because they already have 2 players of Faze in A.
Marv.
What?
Yeah, okay. Shock dart. We'll overlook that for the moment.
Yep.
These things happen. Marv's able to find a spray down through the smoke there. Raucous goes into a peak, but my God, NRG, like turrets as they move up into the site.
30 seconds left.
Zachary doesn't have Rolling Thunder.
No, he used it towards B, just because they thought it was going to be such an aggressive push towards that B side, and now they have nothing to work with.
Faze get ahead of themselves, and NRG, their patience may yet pay off. Zachary deals with Daps, but the post plant is still a factor for Faze to navigate. Flashpoint, Baby just hurdles through. The double cover Android was not ready for that. Now it's Som to try and win the map for NRG. 1v2, but Baby slaps him backwards.
Yeah, and it's very, very slow for NRG. I mean, you're on a low buy at this point. You do have an ult, though, from Som. So they could try to go for the Som explosion. He could try to disrupt the defense with a from the shadows, but it's just going to be a dash at least just to try to get a plant.
Okay, so big damage on Shanks early. Gonna try and go for the plant here as Raucous fires shock dart after shock dart out. Neither of them find any purchase, and NRG have 4 ultimates to work with. Crucially, a run it back for Android in the post-plant scenario should be devastating. Where does that from the shadows go? It goes to A long here, so Raucous does get rid of Shanks. Flashed heavily, but Faze have control of the site. They've managed to at least execute with some of this utility. Android's running back. I mentioned it beforehand. It's important, but the Frenzy doesn't find anything, and Som gets chased down, running to the ground by Raucous. Chance for a defuse here. Dapt peers around the corner, but he has his head ripped off, and it's EU. Hunter's Fury's there, but no chance to do anything about this defuse. Okay, and the Owl drone from Raucous hits the tripwire in A long. So that's, again, information for Faze Clan. Camera. It's not looking at Baby at all.
Oh my God.
Daps has no idea that Baby is going to be hit. This could be devastating.
I'm sure he pinged it too, so that's why they shot it out, but this allows Baby to get such a big backstab.
They're not ready. Oh, they're not ready for this. Baby though, born ready. EU actually goes down to the Hunter's Fury. Baby probably would have had that kill anyway because there's no way that NRG expects him to be so close. Now he's in a backstab position, and NRG push forward. Daps and Android getting it done. Marv playing from the back of B side. Takes the wind out of NRG sails, but they still have the spike and it's being planted at C.
And because of that backstab, they know that Baby Bay is going to come from long C2, so this is going to have to rely on Marv. And why Daps is holding towards this spawn side, it could maybe cut him off on an off angle, but the blades come out. This is still doable for Faze.
It's time to unleash the Smeeg beast. Marv goes down and Baby Bay in a 1v2 to save the map. Okay,
Ooh.
well, sometimes it works, sometimes it looks just like that. NRG on the attack first, and for the pistol, it looks like they want to go to A.
Yeah, definitely. And now well, they missed the 1v2.
Ooh.
That's going to suck.
Doesn't work, yeah.
So that's going to reset things for Faze. Oh, maybe not. He's about to spam through the smoke. They're dashing through it as well, and there you go.
Okay, I mean,
It's scrappy.
That is a very Faze way of doing things there. I guess, you know, when in doubt, when things sort of go wrong, they default back to that sort of raw aggression. Shanks, yeah, okay, tries to take advantage of the fact that Faze are quite advanced in A main. Faze double back and get rid of him though now, and this is a little awkward because Faze still have that heaven control. Raucus is still there with shock darts, presumably. And Zachary is ambling over now as we have a 2v3.
Yeah, and Yellow Jones going to spot at least one towards Hell. The turret also towards A main. So they're okay. They know that both players for Faze are on top of Heaven, and they have a perfect crossfire for Faze. For NRG, sorry.
NRG. Okay, Zachary Days, he's like a kangaroo!
No.
Oh
No.
my! What's that, Skippy? You want to destroy NRG on your own? Okay, no worries. It's a 1v1 now. Zachary is finally brought down. Android is still in a good position to shoulder peek this and try and get information. It's frustrating for Raucus, but Android is only 26, so just a couple of bullets through that wall would get the job done, but no. Raucus realizes that he's not half defused, so he has to leave this one, and good composure by Android as Zachary just went ultra instinct on the site. EU trying to crouch on it. Whichever way you slice the smoke is pretty frustrating for the attackers, but Android doesn't seem to be bothered at all. 5 HP and a dream and 3 kills for his troubles.
His teammate dashes away, his other teammate runs away from the recon or whatever, it was EU there, and then he's just sitting out in the paint shells and mows down 3 and already has an ultimate moving into round 3.
Raucus sees the tripwire there and going to peek out, but this is not long for this world. No, I don't think any of this is surprising to NRG to spot the Omen here close to the tree, but run it back all ready for Android. That's because of the brace of kills he found in the prior round. This is, I mean, it's free. It's free information, free kill, free side control for NRG.
And a rifle too. Faze is going to kill him off the ult, but that's good enough to allow the plan for NRG. I thought he was going to use it, but he gets a kill out of it. You're happy with that.
Nice by Marv there just to finish off the door, but make sure he was out of line of sight of anyone on the other side of it there. Another post plant achieved. Oh, that turret didn't last for too long. Som, as soon as Baby Bay peeks in, oh, he crouched! Ducked under the shot there from Baby Bay. So random. And now Shanks is stuck inside Hell, but I mean, Raucus was hoping to send him there for real, but a Cloudburst is going to make it harder to dig him out, and Daps gets rid of Marv on the periphery. That leaves Zachary on his own. Nice damage on Shanks, but Daps is full health. Zachary knows where he is.
No.
And again, Zachary! The young thug steps up. Paranoia whizzes past Daps and Zachary. Kind of has to intuitively figure out when to peek this. Baby Bay gets rid of EU there, but it's a 4v4. There is a lockdown available for Faze after Zachary's prior heroics. See if there's any real application for that in a moment now, as most of NRG are shacked up in Boathouse here. Hoping a trip to the Caymans might alleviate this Faze problem, but
Oh, I like
no,
this.
they're going to have to leave the site now. They're being evicted. Before he gets the paint shells on the Daps here, Baby Bay mildly flash, but gets around the corner. They defend that at 2 players at the tank. Oh my! Zachary, the warden. Baby Bay staunchly defended that lockdown as well. You know, it was placed by the switch house there, so there was a chance it could have been destroyed. But Baby Bay puts his life on the line to protect that. Really clever. Faze even it up here, and NRG are the ones that have to go down to the big irons, but Baby Bay's got bigger dreams. Shanks and Android 4, now to 4v3. Baby Bay's ready to receive yet another 4-8 from Daps in mid, and oh, why not make it 4? You've got to give this guy the ace. You've got to do it. And Baby Bay, he knows that the job's already done here, and this is huge. NRG win the pistol, but that's it. They have been stifled ever since then. Make it 5. He wants it. He'll get it. Everyone blindsided by Faze's sudden resurgence here, and hey, this is what Faze need. Baby Bay with 3 kills on one side of Haven previously. He went quiet when they needed him most. Now, though, he's in the driver's seat, and this is pod racing.
Definitely, it's going to be very aggressive right now, but it's going to be Marv just waiting for this cage to open, and as soon as it comes down, he might backstab a few guys. No, there's a door that's closed. So well done for NRG to take over this A side. The retake from Faze and alert doesn't pay off.
That's sharp from Raucus. Catches Shanks before he can get towards Hell. Baby sat inside the cyber cage here and doesn't mind. Okay, they're able to reveal some of the action. I think they see EU over towards main. Marv is just going to go and try and follow this up now. Wow, wild little peek there, backs off. Dark cover, very confusing for EU to deal with there. Double updraft for Baby. Spots everything he needs to see towards A long. He doesn't see Som, but he gets enough info. He knows there's no action A main, so this is really early that FaZe were able to make this rotation. They're ready for NRG, and oh dear. That goes awfully wrong for Baby. The knives go missing.
I thought he was going to use him with an operator into the next round if they were going to lose this round here. But again, oozing with confidence, you don't care. You'll have it at some point. It's only round number 7. Oh, and a showstopper.
Oh that is a parting gift. That's like the goodie bag you take away from a party in 5th grade. Except,
hey, you forgot your Tupperware.
Yeah, a lot more. Yeah, exactly. My God. Corey there, very flashy style, of course, as he sends that showstopper after NRG, and a tactical pause now. Whatever was discussed during that window is likely not so relevant in a 2v4 scenario with nothing but the Hunter's Fury available. At least NRG have the spike in hand. But I love the double updraft. People are like, why is he using that ability? Why is Baby going so crazy? But the amount of information gained by that allowed FaZe to stack the B side like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he died, and look how many players are still alive.
Enemy remaining.
A moment there from Som, but EU's at 4 HP, and yep, Zachary, no! Gets him with the turret. Marv doesn't actually kill the Elder in there, but I think he's worried about lingering too long lest he gets jumped on by a bunch of players with frenzies, which is the right choice because here it comes. Corey, with open arms, he receives Android and Shanks and gives him a lethal bear hug to try and make their way through tree, and Baby gets himself 2 from heaven. Elementary, my dear Watson, that's what this round is. FaZe don't really need to reinvent the wheel to run over the top of NRG.
In their hands.
Yeah, this is definitely a much more passive hold of B with Zachary playing from CT, and there's a bunch of nano swarms here on Speedway. This might be just the play here. Zachary won't be in the firing line early in the round, and Raucus can see if he can spot something. And that's huge. That run it back doesn't really get any value here, and Baby finds Android. He's already on the wraparound, but I mean, Dabs is wrapping the wraparound. It's not enough.
I can't believe this just happened. 2 guys pushing down towards that mid, the huge backstab, at least to get a plant.
Enemy remaining.
Oh man, Dabs is not rewarded for his planning there. Som finds a valiant 3 kills in the round, but FaZe don't mind losing guns at this stage. They are full on money.
Yeah, it's very far up at this point too, and now they're just going to try to backpace towards this B side. Actually, it's very good they got rid of the turret. The good news about FaZe, though, is Zachary doesn't want to go with popping his nanostorms yet. Now he does because he saw a little bit towards that B main. He could slow it down enough, and he's just waiting for his team now.
He's not ready for the jet. Shanks comes through, disembowels Zachary with the knives, and Corey gets revealed as he tries to make his way in. This is a short-handed retake attempt here for FaZe. I mean, yeah, they know Corey's there. Now they really know he's there. The Owl drone goes over the top. Corey's just getting hit with every form of utility. FaZe only have Blade Storm to work with here, so it's not as if they have any key ultimates to crack this site open. From the shadows for Som, interrupted. He remains in Boathouse. Daps is there. Not good enough. Baby's going to clean him up with the knives up close. There might be something here. Time is starting to tick down, though. Shanks has to go forward, gets rid of Marv, and that definitely takes a lot of the momentum away from FaZe. Corey's going to receive the push, but it's just a kill at this stage, and EU is there for the cleanup.
Oh, they made a sidestep, so he's going to hear him, but at least he gets the kill. So that's very good. What's an official Riot tournament without hard mode anyways?
I mean, FaZe don't seem to be bothered by that at all. No cheat codes required, just one crazy baby. Bay. Nice shot through mid there, though, from the operator. Real clean flick. And, been there. Marv forced into a little bit of a desperate spray down. Baby though, was at least there to trade. So that is big. That's something that Android maybe wished he would have had after the run-it-back episode a couple rounds ago. When Daps is, well, to see. Not, at least orb control for NRG. There may be someone to get an ultimate online here, but Corey's ready for this. Oh, he was ready for Shanks to dash across the site. He's traded out early, but Marv's in the corner and at least finds one. Buying a little bit of time for FaZe. Som does get the spike down. Baby Bay is a long way away, and here's that neural theft that had been held on to by Daps.
That's a big one too. That could actually change the chances and probability for NRG from winning that round. A one and done angle from where Korra is at, you're expecting his teammate to do a little bit more, but to make it a 3-on-3, NRG still has the opportunity to make this 4.
Som got revealed by that, but Daps is ready for the push over the top. Baby Bay, a very unlikely angle with the operator. He's able to find the kill, and in the shadows suitably is Som lurking away. He falls to Baby Bay now, and the 1v1 is happening. Cloudburst thrown out, it's a tickle. Baby Bay is very short on time here, and he can't see anything. There's too many particle effects in his face. EU puts him to bed, and that's 8-4 at the half here. FaZe Clan look extremely good on defense, but that's only to be expected. NRG have a chance to reciprocate on the other side of the break.
Well, I feel that another obstacle that stands between them is going to be Baby Bay. Dominating that defender side for a FaZe. If he continues this on the attacker side, could be very tough here for NRG. But it starts off quite well with an aggression from FaZe into A site.
Shanks ignores Baby Bay as he dashes across the site. Android was already ready to receive him there. That's trust in your teammates. Corey and Raucus, though, make this interesting now. That's filthy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a spray. You got a couple of frenzies going on. I mean, the frenzy meta still reigns for a couple of the players. And the crossfire, because you want the utilities for the rest of NRG, was great to hold that. And now you're on a 2v1 with only 22 HP for Corey. NRG is looking good on his defense.
Recon bolt there just to... That'll ping Corey if he peeks out too far. Okay, he actually gets a look at EU's shoulder, perhaps. So he sends paint shells across the side. None of those... Okay, Android takes a bit of a licking from those, but it's really... He can just throw down the hot hands and be at full health. This is a big job for Corey. He needs headshots. He needs consecutive headshots.
You know where they're at?
It's a big ask. Onto the side. Nope, EU's going to shut him down pretty quickly. Yeah, just that corner. Sometimes people hold close.
Yeah.
It's also conceivable that NRG take maybe a shotgun on a round like this. No charge. That was not the case. Baby Bay just expected. Surely someone from Garden tries to make a peek. Okay, so here's a Cloudburst. Baby Bay says, okay, I mean, that's all the invitation I really need. Shanks is forced to actually back away, but now Android steps up. So in tandem, Shanks and Android really locking this down. And Android can now return. He can top himself back up a little bit, take a bit of a sauna in the corner, and phase it down to 2 players. 40 seconds in the round in the 2v4.
You definitely would think that Cloudburst with it was intentional, so they could do the bait and switch, and even the lurk from Daps in the end, pushing out towards mid, confirms the kill and even pings the last player. Yeah, and I just saw a jiggle peek coming in from Android. He didn't see much, and I think he got spotted by a turret. But after not seeing anybody, I felt like they should have rotated after.
Time for FaZe to fly by the seat of their pants, straight on into the A site. Immediately, Baby Bay is revealed. Daps is forced out of camera after only seeing the jet, but he can probably guess that most of FaZe have their eyes trained on this A site. Should be a retake scenario immediately. So FaZe, they get off pretty scot-free so far. We'll see what NRG do now. They really want to try and get control of Tree. There is 3 players that want to get in here. Raucus though finds the off angle. They're not ready for it. Zachary can still hold the left-hand side here. Marved in a position to swing if he needs to. FaZe now with the player advantage. They had no information. Nothing. They fly blind and they stick the landing. It's a 4v1 now, and Daps, who's been all round patiently trying to put something together. They may have been saving them also for a hit onto that A site proper as well. Maybe they only thought there was 1 player in Tree, so they think, okay, we just multi-swing this, and that didn't work at all. Very early kill there. That's that A main play there. So Baby Bay looks like he just held the angle, and Som went for a peek with the one-way. It didn't work out, so I wonder exactly what it was at Baby Bay. Maybe he was in cubby there, and there was no hot hands from Android this time.
Now with this gun round, it's the... Is it both duelists? No, it's actually Android and Daps trying to hold out towards that tree after losing a player early, and that's Smokes to play retake. So that's not going to pay off when you already have an early kill right there. I think you're just focusing on this split towards A, and it seems to be the case.
Nice call from Zachary. Shanks just got his ankle snapped there. Android, don't think he knows where Zachary is set up in mid here, so here goes FaZe again, and this time it's much more favorable post-plant scenario. They actually have decent control here. They know that Android has to try and gamble his way in. Might get tagged up on the Hunter's Fury, and he is, but he might have hot hands available. Big kill from EU onto Corey here makes it a 2v2, and all that killjoy utility, that's in the middle of the map. That can't be redeployed now by Zachary. Raucus has to just hold on, and there's not enough time. Zachary doesn't arrive in time.
He's coming back from the running back too, but there you go. You saw EU running back from heaven into tree to protect his teammate's body. So they're looking very good for this 2v1. With no Hunter's Fury at this point, you could just plan on top of that. There we go. Puts it on top there, and that's going to be opening up the whole B site. You don't have a jump from the shadows to get into B, but still good enough to try to clear with a smoke into market.
The location of that lockdown, I think, is to avoid it being removed by shock dart there. It's going to be pretty hard to get rid of. EU finds two, though. Through the smoke, no less. Okay. Heads go rolling as Marv and Zachary know no more. And that was the lockdown just completely removed. I'm a little stunned by how that all went down. Babybay's forced to use quite a few knives, is left with just the one, and that one also misses. He's lost them now. No spike planted yet. That's still left over towards the B main side here, and Faze run out of gas. Hey, still those orbs being fed to Babybay here is Faze. Maybe they're preparing for some pretty lean rounds where they don't have much to buy, and they want at least to have Bladestorm available for entry. Shanks. Not really clear on which side of mid Faze are posted up on now. Most of them congregating here on Catwalk, and that's big. I mean, we see the spike go loose there as well. Android says, I don't need to save the hot hands for my own benefit here. I don't need the therapeutic flames. I'm going to use it to slow down Faze. And now it's Zachary with nothing but a ghost. Those of his teammates look on and have no idea how he's supposed to do anything here. Spike's still loose behind him, and he'll sit in the corner and look for an exit.
Even EU, pulsing one player with the Hunter's Fury doesn't even shoot the two other ones. But they don't clear the left side corner.
Two for Zachary and a gun. 33 seconds left. Alarm bot placed now to make sure he doesn't get backstabbed. And all of a sudden, a plan starts to formulate itself in his head. He needs to check this corner. He does see the shoulder of Daps. There's an Al drone bearing down upon him from behind, though. So NRG don't want to allow there to be even a plant here. Zachary knows that he may just have to give it a tickle, but he's running out of time. 13 seconds. Okay. Run the risk of kind of being paralyzed by indecision on this round. Walking into Shanks.
No.
What? Shanks was holding the angle already, but still Babybay's able to find a kill. That's not okay. Daps is going to make his way through mid. The door is obviously shut in his face, and now with the showstopper sound ringing out, NRG know it would be folly to try and peek out into this at the moment. Som in Boathouse, he's ready. EU finds the head of Zachary now, and things start to get a little awkward for Faze. They're running out of time. 12 seconds on the clock. Heroics from Babybay as he finds yet another kill, but he needs more. He needs more. Android gets his third. Not the kind of vintage Faze they or their fans probably wanted in that round. He's a lockdown to A. This one will remain up. No Hunter's Fury available for EU or anything like that to try and clear it out here, but again, Babybay's still walking into this blind. He still quite doesn't know what's happening. There's one player that's been detained by this, but NRG can use this as a bait.
This is definitely good enough. This is definitely good enough. I mean, they surrender a site, but there's going to be the run it back for the retake too.
Babybay smoking harder than a whole power plant there as he realizes how many players could potentially leap upon him. Okay, Marv, I mean, he's in a great position here to interrupt that wrap from EU, and now NRG are worried. There could be more backstabs. Marv could try and pressure the Heaven position just a little bit more now. You've got a Jet in hell. Looks like with knives. Yes, wow. Shanks goes down as well. Babybay once more on the kill feed. 5v3. What an important round for Faze to win here. This is a thrifty round! And that's one of the rounds we actually see Faze use mid more than probably any other time during this game. They get Marved up there and they force NRG to just get corralled in Heaven on A. Now at 10 and 10, Faze just have no interest in doing things the easy way. Once more, they do get pretty comfortable access to the A side. But again, it's what happens after that's important. They have two players still in A main, three in fact, so any backstab could be quite risky.
Big paranoia too, that came in from A main, but with that, it's just everybody from NRG are just going to split into the site with 4 players at the doorway.
Yeah, I mean, that smoke does essentially cut 3 Faze players away from the A side there. Raucous. He doesn't need to be on the side to get damage done. Now Hunter's Fury comes through. Corey meets the Al drone. Shanks meets his face with the shorty. Zachary's going to get pushed into by Android now. And Babybay, he gets a quick double. Can he make more? The spray transfer was almost there, but 3 is going to be more than enough. Or will it? Android with 3 of his own. This is a big moment, and Marv is able to stand tall.
This is
what a read.
Really, really good for Faze, definitely.
Whether it was coincidence or something other than that, Faze are again getting a pretty comfortable post-plant scenario. They need to, I mean, they have to convert this now. Android is able to break the door down. He's been the one that's called on most of the time to make things happen here. The trouble here is that Daps probably won't have a great opportunity to get neural theft here unless he gets Corey in the middle of the map. No good. Corey on a very late lurk here. Vancilli, this is getting a little bit tense now. Android has 2 curveballs available though. Recon comes out. Som, nice shooting there with the Spectre. Is this happening? NRG with 2 left. Som's going to barrel right into the face of Marvin. It's going to be Corey left on his own. It's a 1v2. The defuse is half. The defuse is not there. Corey gets the clutch.
Because they know that Corey's on a plane, but they didn't know where.
Oh no, this is classic Faze now. It's inexorable. I mean, Death Taxes and Faze running at you when they know they can probably win the game. They push straight on in. They get that early kill on Som. He desperately tried to get away with that shrouded step, but that's not going to happen. Run it back to use for Android, and he actually gets a kill more than just the information.
Not only that, he killed utility.
For NRG, Vancilli, maybe some hope here now. Nano Swarm used up on the high ground there, but Raucus may put it to bed with a shock dart. Baby Bay gets revealed, but he's got the knives. He fancies a little bit of argy-bargy. EU goes barreling in, and Zachary shuts him down. FaZe Clan, out of nowhere,